What's up YouTube? How are you doing? Chana D, your techno dad here, and in today's video we've got a quick setup tutorial kind of thing about the Samsung Q90T and audio return channel. And of course, eARC. I know everybody's talking about eARC these days. So if you're looking to buy this TV or any other TVs, or you need to know how to get all your 4K devices to work in harmony, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when the next video drops. I got a lot more TVs coming in, and I got some, just a lot of cool content coming at you. So definitely subscribe up. All right, so the first thing we need to do is connect the eARC HDMI, that's HDMI port number 3 on the Samsung, to the eARC HDMI on the Denon AVR X6500H, which is the one in the middle that's got the white surrounding it. The second HDMI cable you see plugged into the HDMI 1 port on the Q90T is from the Panasonic UB420 4K player, and that will be used to test eARC. Now, Samsung has always tried to make things easier for the end user, and sometimes I think it's good, sometimes I think it's not so good, but hey, at least they're trying to make it easier for you guys. So basically what happens is when you turn on your AV receiver and you turn on the TV, and if they're connected through eARC, the Samsung tries to automatically connect it. It says something about an Atmos enabled device has been detected, and it tries to set it up. So it'll probably already set it up for receiver HDMI as your audio output, but we need to double check that and make sure that's what's happening. Now, before we do that, let's jump into the Netflix app to see if we're already getting Atmos and if it is set up correctly. And it looks like we're only getting 5.1 here on Okja, which should be Dolby Atmos. So let's go set it up. Press the home button on the Samsung remote and scroll to the left to the cog icon. Now press up to go to the pop-up menu and scroll to the right over to sound output. And we need to change that to receiver HDMI if it isn't already set. Like I just mentioned, Samsung's auto setup may have already set it to receiver HDMI. Next, go back to the settings cog and select it. Scroll down to sound and then select expert settings. Turn HDMI-eARC mode to auto. For digital output format, we have PCM, auto, and pass-through. But pass-through is actually not selectable right now. It's a little grayed out. I'm not sure if you can see that in this video. It might be a little too dark for that. But right now, I cannot select it. Now, why is it grayed out? I was wondering that myself, and finally, after a couple hours of messing with it, it's because we are in the Netflix app. So I've come to find out that if you are in a TV app, pass-through will be grayed out and not selected. Now, one last thing on this screen, make sure the Dolby Atmos compatibility circle is filled in, and that's all you have to do. All right, so now let's jump back into Okja on Netflix, and we have the Atmos logo. Let's jump into the Vudu app because I use this quite a bit, and here we also get the Atmos logo on movies that I've purchased and movies for rent. Oh, one thing I want to mention, I did test it out for you guys. We still get no Atmos on Amazon Prime Video and Disney Plus. So those two apps in the Samsung TV, still no Atmos. Sorry. All right, so now let's move on to eARC. Now, the way to test this is to plug in a 4K player. This one is the Panasonic UB420 into HDMI 1 on the TV. And basically, we're trying to pass the audio through the TV to the AV receiver. Okay, that's the idea. And the only way that I can check this is on the Denon app. So the phone app will tell me it's in Dolby Atmos or Dolby Atmos True HD. And that's what we're looking for. The lossless version of Dolby Atmos is delivered via Dolby True HD. The lossy version or the compressed version is delivered through Dolby Digital Plus. Now, one of the things that's very interesting, and it confused me again for a little bit, because I was only getting Dolby Atmos and it didn't say True HD. So I was assuming that it was only Dolby Digital Plus, and I tried to figure out the situation, and finally it dawned on me I have to go back into the settings and turn on pass-through. So when we are using an external source, the pass-through option is selectable. Even though it says HDMI-eARC is auto, you're not getting eARC unless pass-through is selected. So make sure that for all of your external sources, you turn on pass-through so that it is working as it should. Now, since we can only turn on pass-through for HDMI 1, I'm assuming that pass-through is just grayed out for all of the internal TV apps and only for your external sources. So HDMI ports 1, 2, and 4, you set it up for that, and then you're good to go whenever you're using an external source. If you're wondering why it's not HDMI 3, well, that's the one that's connected to your AV receiver, so you can't really plug anything into that one. So that's what's up in that situation there. So yeah, external sources, you can have pass-through. eARC works just fine. And on a TV app, even though it says HDMI eARC, it's sending everything over compressed. And as for like currently what's happening, I'm pretty sure there's no streaming app that is sending an uncompressed Atmos signal to you, to me, to whomever, to anybody, everybody. It's just not happening right now. So that's just one of the things that you got to deal with. And I believe eARC was made for this specific purpose. For instance, if you were to buy an 8K TV and you have an 8K source, well, you plug that directly into the TV and then you send uncompressed audio via eARC to the AV receiver, and you don't have to upgrade your AV receiver. So I think that's where the magic is in eARC, or Enhanced Audio Return Channel. If you didn't know through this whole video, if you didn't know what that was, that's what it stands for. Enhanced Audio Return Channel. ARC is just audio return channel. So anyway, I think that's the magic of ARC, and I think that's the entire purpose, is to not so much have to upgrade your AV receiver if you upgrade to a new TV like an 8K TV or a 10K TV or a 16K TV or whatever it is they come out with in the future. Anyway, I hope this tutorial helped you guys out. For any of you guys that bought the TV, and if you have like a Q70, a Q60, a Q80, and I believe the higher end 8K TVs, this should all work for those TVs as well, as they all use the same Tizen OS. So you should be good to go there. If you have any questions about this or anything else, let me know down in the comments below, or hit me up on social or email, whatever you like to use. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel using the button in the middle of your screen. Once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad. I'll see you next time.